This is pronounced Rulkahue. I think it is. Rulkahue. Just hear a little bit of L in there, I think. Very pretty street and very nicely maintained property. This is a hostel. They have one big killer dorm, probably 8, 9, 10, 12 beds in it. And then they have this long section here that has the individual 4-bedroom rooms. Little walk about town other than my arrival. Thought these pretty flowers are interesting to see. Pretty little stream, and it looks like a bike path or a walkway past the hostel along the stream. This place is on its way to turning into Jackson and turning probably into Bariloche. Bariloche way ahead of it. Departamentos y duplex. The wood sign work they do is really classy. If you like beautiful, that's what this is. I prefer to see it in small, quaint, intimate little houses. I don't know what this property is, but it's a forest of trees and flowers. A pretty wall. Interesting too, in Argentina, people normally walking down the street coming towards you do not offer a hello, but if you say hola, then they respond, usually quite friendly. This is a little park I stopped in earlier. They're planting, I guess, new trees. Perhaps the old ones died and this is the beginning of restoration, but it's interesting as so many places. The pond over there does not have any water and it has not for a long time. This looks like a public hospital. There are medical and doctor offices around here also. Now there's some interesting class. A Mercedes-Benz RV. Kind of bus-like thing. It probably cost about 10 grand to get it here. Who knows what it costs. My vehicle would work just as well. I've taken it in worse places than I've been in here. It's 2:40, so most of the businesses are shut down. Not all. I'm sure in a tourist town like this, they keep the restaurants open. Some of them. Back to a place where salads are designed, rather than thrown together without any class at all. My agua de mineral con gas and some balsamico vinagre y aceite y obligatorio pan. The kitsch of tourist towns. Don't know what church this is, probably Catholic of course, but don't know what the style is. It somewhat alludes to that curious style I've seen before. The very simple rectangular look. A little bit more interest in that upper part. Both that cupola there and the spire have slightly more design element in them. Pretty roses. It's a little bit of a park over there. Not developed very much, but at least it has a bench place for someone to sit and relax. I don't know whether this is a lure for the American tourist or not. I don't know what this tower is for. Looks like this is a arts fair being ready to set up. My guess is this is the obligatory General San Martin. Killer RVs I've ever seen. I think it's an RV. Probably built on a heavy-duty military base. Got a winch for the motorcycle. Don't know who that manufacturer is, probably German, something like that. Extra tire on the top. The tires themselves are probably $800, $500 a piece or more. This is the headquarters for Lanin National Park, although it's north out of Unen de los Andes, where I was yesterday. Pretty little garden, beautiful colors. Love the purple. Love the drawings on the walls. This is probably somebody's home, in which the front is either their business or somebody else's, but it's an ideal business to have. This flower I noticed walking around looks unique to this area, or at least to Argentina. Kind of reminds me of a willow of some sort, although that looks like birch bark on the trunks. This looks like a large version of something I've seen smaller version of, I think. I'm not terribly sure where. This little pretty house is for sale. How beautiful is that? Some of the old remaining structures. A simple old piece of property, but kept up in a fashion. Quaint little property. These are obviously a very old part of the old street. Trees remind me of mountain maple. I think that's what they are. They're very pretty. Not to mention that one there. These are like the few remaining old properties in Jackson that the owner's just holding on to, says he doesn't need to sell or develop them until she wants to. Closer look at these trees. I really do wonder what those tower-like structures are that I've seen on a few occasions. It's a pretty good sized building. I'm anxious to look at this beautiful landscaping in here. Obviously landscaping can serve as a privacy barrier. It certainly does, whether it was ever intended that way or not. Isn't that a lovely deal? Your own forest. And an undeveloped property to boot. How nice is that? Nice little waterfall. These purple ones are plums. These are plum trees, I think. I just wanted to get a shot of these giant, beautiful poplar trees. This is the waterfront, not particularly inviting, at least at this point. Maybe it will be further on down. Some kayakers apparently willing to go out and face a rather harsh afternoon. It's already raining, the wind's cranking pretty good. This is normal throughout Argentina, wherever they rent boats, canoes. They have these pontoons to protect those using it. Climbing wall and recreation area for the kids. A little park at this end of the beach would be more inviting if it were a sunny day instead of a cold, windy day. this is a place to stand and watch the bathers. There's a trail led up to that viewpoint. I think over there to the left is a little bridge that goes across the river, which I think an alternate way to get to my hostel. That's somebody's house. Doesn't look like it. It's too bad that here's a beautiful asset stream, a lovely little river, and it's just abandoned to trash and just a complete mess. The other side a little bit better, but yeah, what a hell of an asset if they just develop it. But I think the focus here, excuse my cynicism for resort areas, but the absolute focus here is on places for tourists to stay and spend their money. What a lovely potential resource. They even dressed up that wall of that side. One of the more elegant habitación in San Martin. Nicely done, it looks like. Instead of installing meters right on the building, they put them in their own separate pedestal.